world in diplomacy, in pageantry, in the world of entertainment, in tourism, and in international relations. That is why this morning I present to you GEAR. Everybody say GEAR. GEAR, which stands for Grammar in English for Advancement and Rediscovery. And this is an English grammar program of eSchool Cambodia. Yes, today's world requires everyone to speak in a language very prominent and very popular around the world. Wherever you go, wherever you may be in this world, people will require you to speak in a language that most people will understand, and that is English. What is GEAR? Today's world, in order for you to speak to the world, you have to be proficient and you have to master the English language, especially the English grammar. If you want to conquer the world, you must show advancements in knowledge and skills. Advancement in knowledge and skills. And as we go along in our journey towards progress and advancement, we certainly learn and unlearn, we grow and mature. And this process is called rediscovery, just like the child. Whenever she uses or whenever he uses the binoculars, he or she gets to learn something. He or she advances his knowledge and skills because he learns many things. And this child, for example, will be able to learn many things, and he or she will be able to discover and rediscover more things. And that is what we are going to do here in eSchool Cambodia with our special grammar program, GEAR, Grammar in English for Advancement and Rediscovery. So, friends, brothers and sisters, what does it mean by GEAR? In this grammar program, GEAR is not an engine part. It's not a machine that is found in cars. Instead, GEAR, according to Cambridge English Dictionary 2020, GEAR is the equipment or clothes that you wear that you use to do a particular activity. Yes, you see the mighty Power Rangers. Every time they help and save the people of our planet, they have to transform and they have to use a specific gear. Just like a soldier. A soldier, whenever he or she goes to a war, he or she should use an appropriate gear so that he or she will be ready for the battle. Yes, my dear friends, brothers and sisters, a soldier would usually have three basic gears: the combat boots, the body armor, the combat boots, the body armor, and the headgear. In today's time, nowadays, it is no longer a battle of weapons. We don't use guns, we don't use our rifles, and we don't go to wars in the mountains and fight bad guys. No, today's century, it is already a war of communication. And what does the world expect from us? We are expected to speak more, listen more, and speak more, write more, and read more words in English, because today's century is requiring us to be more proficient or to be more conversant in the English language, especially when we focus on grammar. Now, we go back. This is the advanced level, and the advanced level of eSchool Cambodia for GEAR is the headgear level. We start with the combat boots. We start from the basic. Combat boots is the beginner level for students who are learning English for the first time. But for those students who have advanced to the next level, which is called the body armor level, their level is intermediate, and their level is called the intermediate. Their level is called the body armor level. And the last level, if you have gained more a higher level of proficiency in English, if you have learned more words, grammar rules in English, that is called the headgear level. It's the highest gear. It's the highest level. And I want you to reach that level so that you will be able to fight the battles of this century. It's the war of communication. You stand proudly and firmly, and you speak confidently, and you are brave to face the world. And that is what I want you to do in our special grammar program called GEAR. Yes, GEAR focuses on grammar, but GEAR also gives you fun trivia and practical tips to improve your grammar. Ladies and gentlemen, let us advance, let us rediscover, and let us gear up, okay? To formally begin our lesson, I am showing you the book. I am showing you the book that you will need for this level. This book is called The Advanced Grammar in Use. Oh, I forgot to pick something. Okay? Advanced Grammar in Use, a self-study reference and practice book for advanced learners of English with answers by Martin Hewings. Okay? This is the book. It has a free PDF version available on the internet or available on Google Chrome, but if you find it difficult to find the PDF version, just send me a message stating your interest to obtain a copy of the free PDF version, and I will gladly send you or share to you the PDF of our book. This is my email, makaraegjonathan66@gmail.com. 66 is not my age. It is, I simply put 66 because it's easy to remember. When I was in college, I started with 33. And then gradually I had 44 and then 55. And this time 66. And I have another account which uses 77 so that you will, it would be easier for me to remember the number for my email address. Yes, we go to Unit 1, pages 2 and 3, Advanced Grammar in Use. Our lesson is present simple, I do, and present continuous, I am doing. So if it's I do, it's present simple. If we say I am doing, it's present continuous. Part 1. This is part 1. This is a long lesson. This lesson was divided into 2 parts. This morning, we will learn the first part. Okay, so let's go to A, part A. Okay, according to your book, we use present simple. We use present simple to describe things that are always true. Yes, or situations that exist now and as far as we know, will go on indefinitely. For example, it takes me 5 minutes to get to school. So this sentence is always true. Maybe you walk going to school, so it takes you 5 minutes to go to school. This sentence is expressed or stated in present simple. Number 2, or the second bullet, trees grow more quickly in summer than in winter. This sentence expresses general truth. It means to say that this sentence is true. If you describe trees, the growth of trees during winter or summer, you would definitely use present simple because you are stating a fact. Yes, there is a factor, especially the sunlight. The trees would need more sunlight to grow, unlike during winter time, wherein sunlight is absent and sunlight is minimal, and winter or snow is stopping the trees to grow. So it is difficult for the trees to grow every winter. But if it's summer, then it's faster for the trees to grow because of the sunlight the process of obtaining food called photosynthesis, something like that. Now, the last sentence is Liz plays the violin brilliantly. Liz plays the violin brilliantly. So if you describe something that is true, you use what tense? Very good. Present simple. We continue. We go to part B. Part B. We are going to use, this time, you notice that the verbs end in ing. And if verbs end in ing, the tense is present continuous. It says to talk about particular actions or events that have begun but have not ended at the time of speaking, we use the present continuous. Let's try to read the examples. Number one, the car isn't starting again. The car isn't starting again. Who are you phoning? Who are you phoning? The shop is so inefficient that many customers are taking their business elsewhere. Let's try to examine each sentence. Starting. Starting is in present continuous. Okay, in other books, they would say, or they would use the word progressive because the action is still in progress. It's happening at the time of speaking. The car isn't starting again. Maybe before it used to start, but now it's not anymore starting. So you are describing the present time. So how do you describe the car? The car isn't starting again. Before it started, but the action, okay, but the starting of the engine or the car is stopped. Okay, so it's called present progressive. Present continuous or progressive. Who are you phoning? Who are you phoning? This, everybody say phoning. 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 Just like your phone, phoning. If you have your phone, what do? You call. So other word for phoning is calling. This is in British context. That's why we say a lot of people from London, from England, they would rather use phoning or phone. I want to phone someone. It means I want to call someone. They use phone more frequently than the word call. But in America, you say call. I want to call someone. The shop, okay, who are you phoning? So right now, you are calling someone. You are calling someone. But that person is not responding to your call. So you use present continuous. The shop is so inefficient that many customers are taking their business elsewhere. Okay, the shop. So how do you describe the present situation of the shop? Okay, it's inefficient that many customers are taking their business elsewhere. So if you describe or you explain the present situation of something, you use what tense? Present simple or present continuous? It's present continuous. Very good. Now, we go to part C. We use present simple if we are talking about a habit. Something that you do. Everybody say habit. Habit.